My name is Lavanya, and today I will deal with the topic called franchising. So before understanding what franchising is all about, let's take a tour of what all we'll be dealing with franchising. So first, its meaning, location, number of franchising, advantages and disadvantages. So franchising is a typical lease transaction, and International Franchising Association of America has given a definition as below. A franchising operation is a contractual relationship between the franchisor and franchisee, in which franchisor offers to meet obligations to maintain a continuing business with a franchisee in such an area of know-how and trade. Franchisee operates under a common trade name, format, or procedure owned and maintained by the franchisor with his own resource. So, if we see this definition, we come to know or understand that there are two players in it, that is the franchisor and the franchisee. Let me give you an example and explain what franchising is all about. Let's take an example that I want to start a business and I want to start a cafeteria in the prime location called Vasana. So now I start a business in the name of Lava Coffee House, which will be authentically serving the customers only the filter coffee. So I'm the franchisor right now. So what I'm doing is, I have already set up my coffee shop at Vasanagar and it's going pretty well in that Vasanagar area. So what I think is, I have to expand it. So I open my shop at Brigade, JP Nagar, MG Road and Jainagar, which are some of the prime locations in the Bangalore. So after this, my business is running really well. So now, all the customers who I cater to are satisfied customers and they are spreading the word across to everyone, and I am pretty famous filter coffee shop in the whole city. So Mr. Pawan comes to know about this and he also has an interest to start a business in his own location, that's Vijayanagar. So he comes and approaches me and asks that can I start a business with your trade name called Lava Coffee House at Vijayanagar. I was pretty surprised and amazed to say yes for it, and we did enter into an agreement saying that Mr. Pawan, you can start a business with my trade name, but you have to meet some of the terms and conditions of the agreement. And some of the terms and conditions of the agreement will be, I will say, Mr. Pawan, you have to only serve to the area that is Vijayanagar, and you have to only serve authentic filter coffee in Vijayanagar, and that too with my brand name. And I'll be giving the duration of let's say 5 years. So I'll be granting him to run the business in my trade name for 5 years. And I'll say that I have fixed the prices in all these prime locations. I want the same price to be fixed in your location too. So I'll also fix the retail prices. And I'll give some of the administrative support and technical support by sharing some of the technical and the administrative know-how to him. So these are the agreements, and also I'll share him what percentage of revenue which he earns should be given to me. That's the part of that will be the return for what I will be sharing my administration know-how, my technical know-how, and also my trade know. So now, as I said, I will be the franchisor and Mr. Pawan will be franchisee. So we both agreed to share the technical know-how and also the trademark. In return, where he gives me some of the capital, that's he invests some of the capital in this business and he will run the coffee shop at Vijayanagar. So this is all about the franchise. So let's now understand what the location means. So the location has two factors. One is either the customer comes to the service provider or the service provider goes to the customer. In this case, here the customer will come to the service provider because we have started a coffee shop. Now, what kind of location we have to choose and what are the factors which affects the location? Let's see. So basically, the location should be a prime location and the location should be in such a place that is a central focal point of that area where the customer is.
Start.
So now let's understand what will be the factors which affects the choosing of location. It might be the competitors who are there in Vijayanagar. Vijayanagar. And also how many stores if at all I had any coffee shops at Vijayanagar, I don't want to have in that same lane where Mr. Pawan wants to start, because there is already a coffee shop where people are coming over there. So even that could be also a factor of me choosing a location towards it. And also sometimes the space becomes a very important factor, because people over there are huge in number, or the population of that locality may be huge. So I need a huge space to cater all the customers. So now let's move to the next topic, that is how many number of franchises should I allow? So Mr. Monte says 5 important points which will base your number of franchising. The first important point will be geographical areas. That is, what should be my center point, and if at all that center point is really good and there are people who are coming really who like to authentic filter coffee much, so I may have like 1, like 2, 3, 4. It depends upon how many people are coming in there. Next becomes independent variables. It might include, let's say, economic. If at all people have too much money and they have the capacity of spending, then they will come twice, thrice, even maybe 4 times, 5 times a day. And how the value, and we have to also calculate the third point will be the valuation of the variable. So now we have to see what is the impact of the variables in that locality or in that market. Next, we have to determine how that variables are influencing. That is, we have to conduct a test to understand what is the relationship between an independent variable and a dependent variable. So now let's go on to the advantages of the franchising. Here we will study, or will come to know the advantages in 2 perspectives. With the perspective of the franchisor side, that's my side, and perspective of franchisor side. In the example, that is Pawan's side. So what would be the advantages for me if I say to Pawan, share my all the trademarks and things to Pawan? First one will be the wider distribution. I will my revenue might increase, my market share will increase, my brand name will increase, and also the economy of production will increase. The second point will go like maintaining consistency in quality. As I said in agreement, I have mentioned that they have to cater only coffee, authentic filter coffee. So the quality is being maintained because we have already agreed on this term. And knowledge of the local market. Maybe let's presume that I don't know where is Vijayanagar and I don't know what Vijayanagar is all about. So Mr. Pawan, who know very much about that area, will come to me and I will get to know the local markets through Pawan. And risk share, because he is also giving me the additional capital to my business. It will be convenient for me to diversify my risk and share the risk with Pawan. It will be also motivation for Pawan, because already my brand is so established in market, so he has a confidence in my business that it won't go into loss. That will be a motivation factor for me, for me to give the franchising to Pawan. And also Pawan will be having a mutual trust in my business. Now, what will be the Pawan's point of view? That is the franchisee's point of view. What will be his benefits? He will get a very established business firm, because already, as I said, everyone knows about Lava Coffee Shop, and he also wants to start up the business which is already established. There is very less risk in marketing, etc. And there will be reduction of risk. As I said in the first point itself, there will be less of risk because people know about it, and he knows for sure he's going to get profit out of it. And that will be training. As I said in the agreement, I will also share technical and administrative support, so that I will be sharing the technical part of it and train this Pawan employees regarding how to cater customers, what are our ethics, and how to inculcate that ethics in his business too. So if we look at the disadvantages, what will be the disadvantages for a franchisor? That's me. That sometimes there will be a quality differentiation. Maybe whatever I said to Pawan, he may not have inculcated the same regarding to the quality of service which I want to cater to people. And there will be also the difference in motivation. Sometimes motivation, as I said, motivation will be advantages and also disadvantages, because if he don't follow the quality, customer will lose the interest in the business, and there will be a possible chance that he will shift to another competitor. Let's say cafe coffee. And it's very hard to get a customer feedback from me, because as the Pawan will be the intermediary in this whole business, I can't really connect the customers and know how really the Pawan is taking on this business, or how he is really doing his franchising. So what will be the disadvantage for Pawan? It might be a legal framework. In India, we don't have a particular framework where I, the franchisee, has to disclose some of the facts and figures to the franchisor. Something will be kept in secrets. That secrecy maintenance has to be there in a business. But when you are doing the franchising stuff, franchisor keeps most of his knowledge to himself, because he don't want it to give it to everyone and know what his business is all about. And disappointing profit. Sometimes it may click in some area, sometimes it may not click. It depends upon the location and also the customers which you are catering to. And there is too much interference, what Pawan may feel like. I'm saying that, okay, you have to give me certain percentage of revenue, you have to keep the decor as the same, you have to maintain the pricing as the same. So I'm actually burdening him too much to him. So that may become some of the interference for his business, because there is no flexibility for Pawan to do the business as he wants. So we have pretty much done with franchising. So to sum up is, franchising is working really well in India. Let's take an example of CCD, which was established in 1996 in Chikmagalur, and they had the first coffee shop outlet in the British. So right now they have franchised to 15,555 stores, according to the previous market research to 2015, that they have so many outlets all over the world. They have it in Singapore, they have it in Australia and other countries too. So this is how the CCD, which